Welcome everyone to the Co-Creators Convergence Thursday night Creator Convo. I'm Noelle Marshall and I'm here with my beloved.
Good evening, everyone. Bob Warner here. Thank you so much, Renee. Goddess Renee, one more time, bringing us another amazing conversationalist to our co-creators community to share her gift in the shift of humanity. Beata, we're very pleased to have you with us tonight. Glad everyone can join us. Looking forward to a wonderful evening. Noelle?
And I'm looking forward to learning more about radical self-care and mind mastery. And I really need it today. So, this is such a welcome topic, timely topic, Beata. Thank you so much. And Renee, you're the best. Um, what I want to do is go ahead and tell people a little bit about the Co-Creators Convergence, how we got started, and the wonderful guests we have coming up, because we're here every Thursday night with another guest. So let me do a screen share here, and you'll learn all about us. So please stand by. So that is a little bit about the Co-Creators Convergence. And like I said, we're here every Thursday night. We're going to have a wonderful presentation tonight, and I just ask that you keep yourself muted. You can keep your cameras on, but please stay muted and put any questions you have in the chat, and we will open it up after Beata has been introduced to us by Renee Renick, and we will have discussion at the end. But first, I want to tell you about Renee. Renee is a registered nurse and holistic practitioner, bridging the best of Eastern and Western medicines for mind, body, spirit well-being. She is an evolving shaman. She has dedicated the latter half of her lifetime to learn healing modalities that have been used to heal traumas and emotional wounds that filled the first half of her life. Renee is a strong advocate for healing arts for healing hearts. After learning using these healing arts for herself, she has been able to teach others how they too can apply these healing modalities in their own lives. It has been part of her pain to purpose message that the missing ingredient to heal the body is done through emotional healing. Only then can healing energies contribute to our emotional development, our emotional intelligence, our emotional evolution. She comes from a long line of ancestral healers that also have served as her guides and teachers from the other sides. Through their presence, the veil of divine connection has been thinned and wisdom teachings shared. We are that we may have joy. Together we celebrate life. So Renee, thank you again for being a wonderful, wonderful guest to us. And I'm going to turn the magic talking stick over to you now to introduce your dear friend, Beata, new friend and dear friend, very, very quick, I understand, and do a centering, and then Beata has a wonderful presentation. So with that, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. So there's so much about this amazing, wonderful woman that I want to share with you, because her journey has been full and she has a lot of wisdom to share. Beata was born in Poland and she immigrated here at the age of 24 to Chicago, Illinois. And unbeknownst to me, there's a big Polish community there. And she has been there and still serving in the Chicago area as a speech and communication therapist and a child developmental specialist. She's worked over 25 years for the state of Illinois in early intervention. While working with early intervention, she developed her own clinic called BHS Human Services and discovered her own therapy line, which she named TheraPlay. She incorporates animals in her therapy and works with the kids and the animals through telepathy. She establishes a beautiful cat sanctuary in Chicago, and she has 7 cats that she works with, therapeutic cats. She leads workshops and for educators, and she's actively involved in school and daycare systems in Chicago. And she speaks 5 languages: Spanish, Polish, Arabic, Russian, and English. She's also a speaker and part of the Women for Women Early Psychology and Mental Health Conventions, which happens in the Midwest. And presently, she's connecting children and women through her pilgrimage for children and women, walking from South Africa to Siberia. And that is her lifelong project that she's been working on, and she'll tell you about that. She's a holistic health practitioner who healed herself from cancer and many other serious health conditions. She's a Qigong master teacher, as well as a Yoga Nidra and Vipassana practitioner. And she herself took her health on a different level, exploring the biggest addiction, food, and becoming a breatharian. So a breatharian is someone who eats very, very little or nothing at all, and is being sustained through the breath for all of their body. And her passion is children and wisdom. She's currently serving special and unusual skill and ability children and helping society assist their children with tools to navigate all aspects of collaboration. She has a tremendous amount of love to give, and I'm going to turn the time over to her so that she can do her centering and then introduce herself and give us some tips on self-mastery.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Let's first just center ourselves before we start talking. Let's just get into the very, very, very comfortable position. The position that is most comfortable for you. Make sure that the way how your body lays down or sits down is the most comfortable position. Focus on your breath. Don't change it. Just observe it. And focus on sound around you. Keep breathing. Hear the sound that is further from you, and the one that is closest. Slowly open your eyes. And come back to this wonderful meeting. Ready to hear that story of mine. I was born in a little village in Poland. Super little. Actually like a valley. And I had this most wonderful childhood. Living with nature. So now this is what we're gonna look. We're going to follow the pictures. So I was born in this little village in Poland and raised with two brothers. I was the middle girl, middle child. And we were raised on the farm, so I had access to animals. I always had a dog, cow, pigs, chickens, ducks, name it, horses. I even had this beautiful, beautiful time with deer. I even had a baby deer as a pet. So I was very, very fortunate as a little girl. And for a long time, I was able to walk to my school back and forth through the forest and enjoy the nature. At the age of 15, I moved to the big city to go to the bigger school. And my life changed. My life changed. And everything started looking different. Who am I? That's the question that most of us ask. They name me Beata. And I'm Breatharian. How did this happen? When I immigrated to United States, I was already the grown woman with two children. Life was normal. We had to set the house. We have to set the home. We had $50 in the pocket, me and my husband at the time and our children. We made it work. We sent kids to school. With things changed, and then we went separate way. Children kept going. Events kept happening. I kept working with children for early intervention. I kept doing the best I could in all areas possible. Learning language at the same time as learning rules in this new country. Learning possibilities for my children, learning regular safety stuff. Everything was new. In all those areas, I tried to do the best I could for family, for my children. But still, I only had the name. I didn't really know who I was. When did I figure out when I was Breatharian? I know each of you is waiting for that story actually to speed up on this topic. Well, when I was around 46, my kids moved out of home. And there was this one beautiful morning when I went to the kitchen, I sat by my kitchen table and I was thinking what to have for breakfast. I didn't know. I opened the refrigerator and I didn't know what I want to eat. It was full. I opened the pantry. The pantry was full. I still didn't have an idea what to eat. I sat back to the kitchen table and I started crying. I had no idea what was my taste, what was my favorite food. Then other questions pop up. What's your favorite color? And I had no idea what that was. Here I was 46 years or 47 woman sitting at the kitchen table who knew exactly what her children would like to eat, her ex-husband, friend, neighbor, the taste of what her mom still loves to eat, but I had no idea what I liked. So that was a big, big awakening. That was the moment when I actually started asking myself, who am I? And at that moment, I realized that I already been doing a lot for my own self. What does that mean? As a single mom and as a person who didn't have a health insurance, I was sort of forced to take care of my health, to be that parent who is able to go to take on second or third job to be able actually to sustain family. And so that way I went through all my diets prior to the awakening. I went through all my possible trials, like, vegan, vegetarian styles to heal the body. And yes, I did heal a lot of conditions, health conditions. And after the moment when I realized who I was and what I need, I fell in love with the food. I fell in love with potato. Potato was the taste that I was longing for, was the taste that brought me back home. So I started eating potato in every single form. Why am I talking about it? Because in order to be sustained with love, you need to love food as a primary thing. You need to love what you eat. You need to fall in love what you put in your body. You need to fall in love with your body. Take care of the body. So the whole thing has started for me. I started focusing more on my body, on what I ate. I started walking for one apple to the grocery store and just enjoying that particular apple. I stopped accumulating food in the refrigerator. I started paying more attention to my body. So one day I visited my best friend and we had Thanksgiving dinner. It was a beautiful dinner when we were very thankful for things that happened in our life, for things how we navigated through our lives. She is also a single mom, and we've been for a long time friends. The dinner was very specific and very beautiful. It meant a lot to me. Next day I came back to home and then I lost all the appetite. I felt so sustained with love and everything that was happening around me that I didn't feel like eating anymore. At that day, at least. Next day I went to work and then by the end of the day, the same thing happened. I didn't feel hunger. So I kept going. And on the fourth, fifth day, I started thinking, what's going on? So Nothing really pop up in the internet. It scared me actually a little bit, but I felt really, really good. And then I was really happy drinking my kombucha and water. So I was thinking, hey, if I feel good, that means everything is okay. And then this is how I reached the time of 54 days. And meanwhile, I realized that everything that I was believing in, every single program, every single belief was basically not mine. I realized that who I am is not who my parents thought I am, or my children, or my friends, or my neighbor. Not even who I thought I was. Actually, I realized that I played so many roles in my life, and each of the roles was amazing. Deconstruction kept happening, and clarity of mind kept showing up. Body started to be stronger and more awakened. Sleep wasn't needed as much anymore. I kept walking twice a day, stretching, waking up at 3:30, doing qigong, meditating while walking, meditating while sitting, all the time and everywhere. I saw a lot of beauty, only beauty in the beginning. Then I started looking, embracing all. The more I was going into it, the more my body was able to take on, to be more productive. I was able to read. My English became better. The reading was faster. Many things. Many things. Smell improved. Taste buds improved. Body got stronger. So I looked into idea what to do with it. How can I actually elevate the capacity of the body? So because I was walking a lot, and I was years into it, we talking. In 2022, I developed this idea that I can just actually walk and connect all my dreams and possibilities and things I love together, and walk the earth. So I started walking from South Africa all the way to Magadan, Siberia, which is my lifelong project. I used to put time frame on it, but now I'm letting go of any restrictions in this direction also. Because of I work with children, because of I love children and mothers and families, and because of I love health and I love myself, the new way, the way how I wish every one of you would. This is what I'm actually trying to show, to invite you for that walk with me. That's the walk that is gonna altogether has around 23,000 kilometers, and it goes through many countries. And then if you walk 8 hours a day, you can actually do it within like 600 days. But there is no rush and no destination. I call it the pilgrimage for children and families. I love. I would love mothers to pay attention to their health so they can actually show children in action how to take care of themselves and how to navigate a better way in life. So the walk started in South Africa, but the walk started in 2002. November 2002, and it started in Cuida, West Benin. The picture is right now on the screen. This is the Jaguar Sanctuary, Secret Forest of Benin in Cuida. Beautiful forest where 1/4 of it is only released for public, and then you have to have a guide who can walk you in. Powerful energy. Also temple of pitons. And here is the one that I played with or had honor to have around my neck. Behind me are those little houses where when they do ceremony, they actually go for 7 days in one without food, and then to the another one without water and food for another 7 days. So 14 days total. That's normal for ceremonies for the priests in Cuida, West Benin. And here I took interesting pictures in that secret forest. That's the picture that's the tree that was hidden by the lightning. And it was the one little branch growing on it, and I wanted to get the picture of it because to me it was just beautiful, new life growing. And this is what I received. And when I saw this picture, I immediately put it together with the statue of Mother Mary that is located next to my hometown in Poland. So I immediately discovered that, oh, wow, it seems like I'm connecting 3 continents together somehow. And the third picture is the beautiful statue of Amazon woman in Benin, warrior. So what happened? What happened when you actually aligned with your passion? If you actually aligned with your passion, you don't really work anymore in your life. You just be. Prosperity is a natural side effect. Because what you do with love. It's your passion. So the walk started. So far, I walked as much as Poland, back and forth, as big Poland is, back and forth. I'm in the middle of South Africa, closer to Botswana right now. And we're going to be continuing next year. Every year, I'm planning to go back on the walk around January. Now, what happened on the walk? I took I tried what my body is capable of. I realized that I found out that wearing black is way, way, way more sufficient when it's hot outside than wearing white. I realized that my body is being more comfortable, not being burned anymore on the sunlight as things would usually happen. It would get burned when I walk in Chicago. So different environments, sleeping on the ground, walking without using the phone, being in the nature, in a meditative state, and sustaining your body on a small amount of food or none. It really allows your body to feel its best. Body does not use the energy, as much of energy for digestive system. So the whole energy was used for walking and enjoying the environment. What happened? I actually ended up in a beautiful spot in South Africa where I met the most amazing people. The family who are owning this beautiful farm And this is where we have our beautiful center for women and children. Actually, how it happened is pretty amazing. I arrived there with injured feet, and then I was waiting for them to heal while mothers and children navigated to the spot, and then they kept company. We had beautiful time together, and I was able to get to know regular people in the different settings, which was beautiful. Beautiful. This is the spot. This is the picture exactly from the farm, and this is the poem I actually wrote. I rise along with the sunshine, as all who I am is rising, to have the best day ever and always keep on shining. And I think, and I'm firm, I mean, I'm sure women boundaries are learned from the sun, because sun has the best boundaries ever. Sun rises no matter what. And we as a women, we do the same with the beautiful, beautiful company of our male company, if you have it. Now, here is the better picture of the tree that is actually the signature tree of the center in Africa. And then its branches are very, very wonderfully set up, because one goes on the east and second go on the west, which at some point on the sunrise, you can see moon and sun joining themselves together on the sky, which is, I never seen that before. Mind blowing. This is the specific picture I took of the tree, and this is the name of our center, the Next Step Healing Center. We're hosting workshops there, and here I wanted to show the picture of the fire. The picture of the fire that was happening on the New Year's Eve in South Africa. And as you can see, the fire was actually the same shape as continent of South Africa, which was for me very, very important night. I was deciding at that moment on very important thing for myself. Here is already the farm. Your mind is your prison, is your only prison. Yes, your mind is your only prison. And we all know that. Those were the little houses on the farm where we actually sleep under open sky. Here, I wanted to share with you yes. Here's some pictures from the walk. I tried that, not easy to carry. So most of the time, temperature was 53 Celsius, which is around 130. Children dancing on the streets. How important it is to know where you are, your surrounding and yourselves. And we all know that first you need to get to know yourselves in order to know outside. So I wanted to check something in South Africa during the walk, and then I decided to have a night where I slept outside of the tent on the ground in the kingdom of baboons. And the key was not to keep anything that is edible and not to smell like a food. So I was on a good road because I didn't use food as a fuel much. So my body was pretty clean. I didn't carry with me anything. And then so I took a risk. And then I woke up in the morning like a baby. It was a beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. So if you know surrounding and you know how to navigate, you're able to have deeper experience, which is that's what's going on with the body. If you know how to take care of your body, your life experience is deeper. Here is here's the poem I wrote. Life brings us presence and people so perfect that is mind-blowing. Life gives us mirrors to see where the true path is going. What other human will bring is all you already possess. It helps you to see way clearly and gets your dreams undressed. So my idea walking the earth is to explore more, I love challenge because challenge is the fuel to growth. Now, this is on the way back to United States. There is no way of turning back. Nothing can stop dreaming. We are walking this whole world to its end from its pure beginnings. So the world I'm actually walking is within me. What I'm doing right now with the walk through the globe is just expanding, having more fun. So what that taught me, what West Benin taught me and experience in Africa is priceless. I went to find myself. I went to explore more. What I understood and what I've learned was that I am the only who is responsible for myself, always. Always. I'm the only one who knows what I need, what I long for, what I'm happy about, or what I'm sad about. There is no one who can know that better than me, which brings me very close to share with you that taught me that you can only forgive as much as you understand. And wise human knows that there is actually nothing to be forgiven. Because each of us knows the best how each of us feels. So I have nothing to say. I can just walk next to you, and that whole walk is actually to call every mom and each of you to walk next to me, just to be my companion, like we supposed to do every single day with everybody, with children. Like we're not supposed to mold them to who we think they need to be. They are already individuals. They just need to be nourished. So we need to observe what they need. If we get that, we have the same inside. Each of us is this little girl and this little boy who need the same. We need to be us. And we need to be allowed. That comes primary from allowing ourselves to be who we are, to get to know each other on every single angle. And if you apply this, as I did to myself, that really makes a difference. There's also 3 words that I've got through walking Africa. Those 3 words are listen, respect, and humble. So this is something that I'm living by. And this picture is right after I came back from Africa. Where did I go? Right away, I actually went to Poland, of course, to my roots. Remember where you came from. So what happened? When I found out that this tree looks exactly like, I mean, on the picture, exactly like the statue from my hometown, I'm like, I have to be on it. What's cooking? Listen, respect, humble. Thank you. Yes. And so this is a little bit of my hometown. Look at that. This is where I grew up. Imagine this with the wind and me walking to school or back. Oh my God, sometimes it took me hours. My parents were very good. So this is the land I came from, the forests I went through. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful times. I visited my spots in Poland. Those are the bees' hives. Look at that, houses. And what did I discover being in Poland? This is in Polish, but I'm going to translate it to you guys. Logic. If you have a shitty life, and life supposed to be a fun joy, it means you can also play with the shit. That was my discovery. And I took that was pretty cool for me. It was just like, you can actually play with everything. What do you mean? What do you mean you're bored? What do you mean? The whole world is the playground. You can even play with the shit if you think you have a shitty life or full of shit, you know, whatever works. Now, that's the name of the center I opened in Poland. And it's called Matka Polka. And it's right under Tatra Mountain. In a place that is very dear for me, that belongs to my beautiful friend, who played very, very, very significant role in my life. She's a woman who beat up cancer and yeah, I had very, very tough life, but did really, really good as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, yeah, on all levels, as a friend. This is where the center is actually located. Is next to the beautiful castle, where history says, and legend, Inca people had their gold hidden. An Inca person with his wife, Inca princess, were living there with the little girl. So this is connecting me to Peru. I am in love with Peru and whole Inca cosmology. That's why I have 7 cats. Oh. So cats are living with me in this beautiful center close to Chicago. And once in a while, we also do workshops for women, which we call Woman's Wisdom. Days. So if these women are very significant, this didn't happen just by a chance. For me to be able to leave United States and be on this other side of the globe, I had to have someone who can help me, right? And what happened? My besties, my beautiful friends, 4 of them, they actually helped me to pull this off. They took care of my little cats at that time, my home, everything that needed to be taken care of for 6 long months, and I was able to explore other side of the world. Those moms are the moms that did so much in their life, and they were able to add more just to help me. Those ladies are my best friends and women who went through their own healings, and they are doing amazing job in their lives. Now, I went already second time to Africa, and before that second time, I wanted to share what happened. So before I went second time to Africa, we had to move the sanctuary. We actually have to move cats. Sanctuary wasn't open then yet. We had to move the cats because we had a very, very difficult neighbor. And thanks to this beautiful lady, Martha, her husband, this little boy, Carl, and his sister, thanks to those people, my cats were saved, and we were moved to the different place where I opened the cat sanctuary. And Carol is the director of the sanctuary. Carol is the very, very amazing boy. He is so smart. He's sharing his wisdom. Like, for example, here on the picture, once his father was driving a car to the church. Actually, whole family was going to the church, and Carol asked, Dad, can you go visit cats and feed them? And Dad said, no, because we're gonna be late for the church. Then Carol said, but what's alive, Dad? Church or cats? So Dad squeezed into the street, and they fed the cats and went to the church. So Carol is teaching other children how to have open heart for animals. Carol has his little rabbit and doggy. And when I'm away, Carol and his mom are taking care of cats. And Carol is showing other kids how to play with cats. He is getting paid for it. He is actually developing games with me for other children. We developed the bungees and other games in the center. Here is the picture of those beautiful ladies who are owning the farm in South Africa. Marinda, Danny, and her beautiful daughter, Olivia. I was able to establish beautiful connection with one of the amazing schools in South Africa. So this is for the future. I'm wearing her beautiful Polish dress. This is Lily. Lily is Carol's sister. And she is doing amazing job growing up and being herself. Here is something that is very dear to my self. I consider myself as a person who really loves wisdom. So I realize that I'm the one who always is investigating, who always is asking, who always is checking if this is what is really going to make me happy. If this is what I really, really like, if this is the best food I can give to my body. Because guess what? My body is the only body I have. And my body is the only home I have here on this earth. No matter where I am located, if I'm going to be in South Africa, or if I'm going to be in Poland or walking, my home is with me. I was able to put it in 10 pounds. For 6 months, I haven't missed anything. Nothing. whatever wasn't with me was in my mind. I was able to recall it. So this picture is from my hometown. This is my favorite spot when I used to sit as a child and look back down on my home. This is the woman that I became. I wanted to show how different faces, I put it together, and I'm thinking, this is how we're supposed to live, just play. That's the sanctuary. Where children can come every day and just play and experience the quiet zone moment where they don't use any cell phones, where they don't talk to anybody, where the only moment is the play with the cat, to get to know that another living organism, another living in the space. So children are getting, it's easier for them to talk because cats have highways under the ceilings, so children can look up. The whole thing is actually helping so much with speech and with whole development, is healing anxieties, any difficulties with with being closed up or not able to find friends. Emotional freedom is able to be released. Children are getting better with understanding what parents want from them also, and what is the expectation, and how to navigate, and how to understand, how to actually reply. But when they apply the focus on themselves, when they have that moment where they can actually stay quiet because there is nothing else to do, they are able to uncover a lot of things for themselves. So, like we all know, we are all healers, love heals, right? But there is really no healers. Everyone heals itself. We just need to give a space for that. Here is another little shot of the cat sanctuary. And then I'm reminding everyone to stop modeling children or just trying to change anybody for any reason. And we also do groups for teenagers, and we are working on helping young women how to understand their body, how to understand their emotions through growing up, through discovering how to become a woman. And the same thing with boys. We providing parenting circles every Sundays for any women, any moms who want to join. It's free. We also have Venus nights where on Fridays, where we get together. The door is always open. I never know who's gonna join, but it's always fun. We usually have cacao ceremony, we have a little meditation, and we brainstorm certain book that we work on. So that brings us closer as a woman, and it helps us to navigate in harder times. Also, it's also a form of therapy. One of the things that I want to share here is, that's the way to succeed, is to actually focus on you, to get to know you, and you know your own uniqueness. And then there is no better time than now now. And how we all know, little steps make a difference that will take you to the top. All right, I'm done with the picture show. Now I'm open for the questions.
Okay, get up here to my picture. There we are. Yeah, people, were asking some questions. One, Noelle asked about allergies to cats. Are many people allergic to the cats, and why you chose cats and not dogs?
Okay, so actually what science says, cat's fur has a component that is really, really strong in healing allergies in human. So if I have 7 cats, this is combined, and if the person will visit on a regular basis, I have a way how to actually heal the allergies, any type of ones, and for cats also.
Nice. What was the longest time that you went without food or drink?
So without food, thoroughly without food, the longest I went was 54 days. And with water, 25 days.
Okay.
And then the body actually goes, it fluctuates. So what I'm doing, I'm listening to the body, and sometimes the body will go, let's say, without the food for like 3 weeks, and then we want to have something for next couple of days, each day something.
Right.
And then, so I'm actually keeping the log, because it's depending on the body, what I'm going through in my life and where I'm at, what kind of surroundings, how many emotions,
I also noticed when we met in Hawaii, you ate what you loved. Like you
Yes.
picked something that made you feel like a child, that made you feel joyous.
Yeah, that was this beautiful. Thank you for recognizing this. When I was in Peru, there was this beautiful situation. We were walking in elevations, and then I was one of the oldest people there on that trip. And everyone needed either coca leaves or something to elevate to keep the blood pressure stable, right? And then I actually had only water with me, and I was just, running around. I had so much energy. And then we came down after a couple of days. We went, I think 2 days, we went to this beautiful restaurant, and everyone was waiting for this big meal. And then the music started playing, and my feet started moving, and I went and danced for a little bit in the middle of the floor. And then I went upstairs, and I brought myself this scoop of ice cream, and I'm walking downstairs, and I didn't realize people were watching. And they like, what? This is all you're gonna eat? And I'm like, but this is what I love. That's what I want to have. And I was absolutely enough. So it's very important to eat what you really love and the best quality there is, because it's for you. It's for you. So
I think sometimes we're conditioned to eat what we think is good for us. Eat your vegetables, eat your peas, eat your meal first before your dessert, which I'm not a proponent of. I eat my dessert first. But I think there's a lot of conditioning in our lives that we should look at just for our own knowledge and awareness. Because I love that you love, if food is love, then there's going to be a different energy to your nourishment than if food is something that you feel like you just have to do.
Yes, and this is maybe you remember the moment when I was talking about kitchen and potato. So potato is my childhood vegetable, right? But oh my gosh, I loved potato. I literally wrote the poem about potato. I ate potato like for 3 months in every form possible. Form. And then after that, actually my best friend's sister was like, can you eat something else? I'm like, carrot. And same story about carrot. So I fermented carrot. I didn't do it with potato. I knew vodka would be involved. I'm kidding, right? Polish roots. But what I'm trying to say, I started like, I actually started to ferment vegetables. I realized that if you ferment broccoli, it tastes so much better. You know, stuff like that. And then so I uncovered different type of food which really helped me with the gut health, you know. So my guts were getting better. Then you're sustaining yourself with everything around you is actually that makes you happy. You eat all the time, but you eat different way. You eat through how you act. You eat through what you listen to. You choose where you look at. You choose how you speak to others. You choose how you want to be treated. You choose what's the best you eat. You choose how the best you sit so you're comfortable. You choose how you swallow. You choose how you hold yourself up. You choose how to breathe. You choose everything. You're the owner. So the point is to get to know yourself the best possible, because guess what? That's the spaceship you own. And if you don't know which button works for what, then who would know? You know, I need to know first to let you know, right? So then if you know your spaceship, I know my spaceship, we can actually rock. You're not going to get into my space because you know it's expensive and yours is expensive. You know, we're going to take care of each other. This is collaboration. This is why I fell in love with you, Renee, you know, because you are actually the same way. You actually are caring where you do, how you know, everything you perceive in your life. And that brought us together. Energy matched.
Well, I'm going to open up the time for the rest of the people to put up their hand, ask their questions, and see where we go.
Perfect.
Well, I'd like Paul, if he would, to turn on his camera, because he put in the chat that he would like to say, hi, Penny Beata. I don't know what P-A-N-I.
Pane Beata.
Yeah.
I
But,
don't see him. Hello, did you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I live in Evanston, Illinois, so I'm not that far from you. So I'm interested in checking out your space. And how would I do that? Do you have a website or something I can look at? And
website is under construction right now. It will be available in a couple of weeks, but you can get my phone number and then I can personally fill you in on everything.
okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
That's the best.
Flo, she's also on the CCC group, so you should be able to PM her as well.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
And so were you hungry or were you just not hungry?
No, there is no hunger. There is no hunger whatsoever, and there is also no feeling of being full. You just light. You feel light, comfortable. You don't feel like you need any extra baggage, and you don't need like you're missing anything. It's just no hunger and no feeling full. Right, yeah.
And how about, and you have lots of energy? You don't feel like you're going to faint or anything?
Yes, the energy is actually getting more and more up to the point that you sleep less. So let me give you an example. It's a lifestyle that you create at the same time. I wake up around 3:30, and then by 6 a.m. I have everything done along with my walks, stretches, meditation, watering the flowers, reading the book, journaling, studying projects for whole day. And I'm like, oh, I wait for people to wake up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul is here. Go ahead, Paul.
You want to unmute yourself, Paul, and say hi to Beata?
Hi, Miss Miss Beata.
Hey, hello.
Hello. So actually, my daughter typed it in because we were start getting ready for the night and preparing some stuff for tomorrow. So all of us were watching and preparing stuff, and my daughter write down, "Hey, this is Solange. I wanna say hi to Miss Beata." And yeah, and she asked me that. I wrote that. You think it's okay? I said, yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. So I met Miss Beata not too far ago. Actually, we met in the trip to Peru, and she's an amazing woman, amazing soul, beautiful energy, and I admire her so much. And she helped me a lot, and she's working also with my kids. My kids admire her so much. They always want to go to visit her, play with the cats. And this is beautiful space. Miss Beata is holding space for you guys all the time. You are welcome all the time. It's like a magical space. So that's all I gotta say for now. Keep doing what you're doing, Beata. Never stop your beautiful flow.
Thank
Paul,
you.
where are you located?
I'm located actually 1 hour northwest out of Chicago,
Oh.
hour and a half. So usually when we go to Chicago, and we go a lot every other weekend, we either visit Miss Beata or my sister who's lives in Chicago.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So good to hear you.
What about you, Kathy and Wayne? Thought I didn't see you.
Oh.
Kathy and
Well,
Wayne were with us in Hawaii,
Mm.
and they live in Canada. And Beata went and spent a weekend with them and had a magical time.
yes.
She's a beautiful
Yes.
person.
Mm.
We love her
Yes.
lots.
Mm.
She showed me all your love.
Oh, thank you.
And she can be the kid around us anytime she wants to be.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you. Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. I am very fortunate. I am very fortunate to meeting you and being here tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me a space to share. I can only share what I know. And if I can do it, each of us can do it. I'm not any different than any each of us. So if I can help any way by sharing what happened with my body, how to understand the body, how to put it together with emotions, and how to make your life just better by being healthier and by understanding what's going on in your body. That's what make each of us happier.
How much weight did you lose over the over the course of your switching over?
So when I was unconsciously working, when I was working on my health, just to better the health, just to better the digestive system without knowing anything about Breatharian possibility, it was within the course of almost 17, 20 years. I've got divorced in 2000. In 2002, I moved out of the home, and then since then I started making different dinners, different stuff, started healing myself. Yeah, you know, the whole healing started, you know, split started and the healing started at the same time. So in 2016 was the moment when my body took off that 54 days. And then I didn't know why. But I actually, if I look at my life, that 17, 20 years before then was the time when I was substituting sugar with dates, for example, or raisins, you know, where I was, instead of eating milk chocolate, I was looking for the dark chocolate, when I was actually elevating the health and then caring for my body step by step, more and more.
Wow.
Mhm.
What did you
And at the same time, I was understanding myself better. So from the side of the mind.
Noelle has a
and
question for you.
I was just wondering,
Mhm.
when you immigrated to the United States,
Mhm.
when was that?
It was 1993, December. So yeah,
She actually won the lottery. Well, her friend won the lottery and couldn't go, so she gave her the ticket.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, actually, she was
That's a
supposed
friend.
to. Yes, yes, she was supposed to get it, and then she didn't. I did it instead of her, so it wasn't a really. Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
she is the one who actually is dedicating her home for Women's Center in Poland by the castle. She's that wonderful person. So the whole circle of my life, immigrating from Poland and coming back to the same place, actually has closed now.
Wow. Beata, when you do these walks, are you walking alone, or, and are you going to, do you walk like, 1,000 miles this time and then
Mm-hmm.
go back to the United States and then pick up and walk another 10,000, or how does that work?
So I have actually families who are already waiting for me along to the certain point that I want to reach. And I remain in the family house, get to know this family, socialize, help them with whatever needs to be helped. And in return, they are walking me to another family, to another place. And sometimes we walk longer and sometimes we walk shorter, depending. Sometimes we drive if it's not walkable, if children are walking with us. So groups are getting nicer and everything is becoming, it's just different energies hitting everything. The newspaper is with us and school are starting to, actually, motivating and cheering us up. It's been
Wow.
beautiful and it's growing. So thank you for giving me opportunity to talk about it. And you are all
Absolutely.
invited.
So if we did want to walk with you, we would just contact you. And okay. So where's your walk start next? Is it going to be in South Africa, or about?
Yes, I'm gonna in December I'm going to be in South Africa because there is a beautiful wedding happening that I would love to attend. And then in January, I have workshops there. And after that, I'm going to be working for a couple of months. And then I'm going to be, so it's going to be full transmission coming from it on Facebook and Instagram and all my discoveries and people I'll meet with and all projects that will develop along the way.
Wow.
Didn't you say you have some doctors getting ready
Yeah.
to walk with you in January?
Yes, I have a full group of psychology field doctors, 14 people. Yeah, going there, walking with me. So we actually walking, the whole workshop is based on reliving the experience I had. So walking the path where my feet were injured to the place where I decided to heal my feet and where they got healed. And this is where on the farm we will stay a few more days to actually unwrap all the emotions from silent walk, because the walk is silent. We only talking before sunset and after sunrise. No, before
Before
sunrise and after sunset.
I got it. I got it. Yeah. Can you tell them just a little bit about the Thailand trip and your silence and darkness?
Yes, yes. So I'm preparing myself right now. It is very, very important time for me. Cats are helping. We're playing a lot, trying to stay in solitude. And I am attending Tao Garden with Jasmuheen, who is the grandmother of Breatharians. She is a wonderful person I'm working with from Australia, and she is I'm going to be with her in a dark room retreat for several days, 20 days, and then we will be there without the food and without the water, restoring the body on a cellular level. So it's first time for me. I'm not that's all I can say about it. Preparing myself to it, feeling cold, ready, and excited. Very excited.
You're very courageous.
Yeah, that's a understatement.
Thank you. I love challenge, I do.
Yeah, I get that. So when you say you're preparing yourself, so you are a breatharian, but not all the time.
Well, so Breatharian is the person who eats very little or nothing at all, but the process is gradual. So how I understand how it's happening with my body, I have those moments where I don't eat anything, and then my body will ask for something, but it's very little. So for, let's say, the amount of time, like a week, I will maybe have a few full hand of nuts and maybe apple and water or juices, stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have a day when I am in a social setting and I don't want to make people uncomfortable, so I will put on a plate whatever that is, and then I'll join. I don't need much because the taste of it is so intense that you really just don't need to taste more. But
Wow.
When she was with me, she would just smell it and go, okay, I'm good.
Wow. Now, I was brought up with a clean plate club, and the starving children in India, you have to eat everything.
And didn't you wonder how you were going to ship that food to China?
Right?
I was always felt so guilty. How I can't even ship it to China. I don't know how.
Yeah, and how you gonna actually help them by overeating?
We have a lot to decondition ourselves.
Yes.
Lisa says that she's going to be in Thailand next month.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. We're in Thailand.
Do you want to there she
for
goes.
that help.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I haven't quite decided where in Thailand yet because it's part of a group tour I'm doing. We're doing 4 days in Bangkok, but I don't think it's enough to see everything I'd like to see. So from there, first I'm going to Bali for 8 days. Then I'm flying to Bangkok. And then we're spending 4 days. And then I'm going to Bhutan for, I think, 6 or 7 days. And then I'll go back to Thailand. So that's why I was thinking, well, I'll probably stay a little bit longer. And you are actually the third person I know that's going to be there at the same time as I'm going to be there.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
And Lisa, you were with us in Hawaii.
I was, yeah. It was
We're
so
having this little
magical.
Hawaii reunion here.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I want to invite you all to the CCC Convergence, which is happening in North Carolina this October, the first week of October. We're going to be up in the mountains, and the theme this year for our Co-Creators Convergence is joy. So you're all invited.
Ooh, beautiful.
Joy on the
I'll be there.
mountaintop. All invited. We still have an early bird price, and you can just go to our website, cocreatorsconvergence.com/2024. There's 3 videos there. Shows you where we're going to be and how you can join us. And that'd be lovely. Thank you, Renee. Are we going to see you there? Or are you still working
Yes,
that out?
yes. You might see Beata
Yay!
there too.
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
Awesome. I
That
see
would be-
Sheila. Sheila is also clapping. So she's here with us as well, and Flo. So we'll definitely be there.
I'm,
So-
And
I'm good.
I plan on visiting Chicago, Flo, so I'll look you up.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll bring my drum that I bought from you.
Oh,
You brought the hooray drum.
yeah.
So I wanted to mention, in case if anyone is called for closer collaboration, I do have a workshops to connect on the topic mind mastery and mind and body connection, and how to understand your body, how to read it. I have workshops, 3-day workshops, 7-day workshops. It could be done online or in person. I wanted also to share that by meeting this beautiful woman, Renee. Last weekend I spent with her, and we just developed the most beautiful workshop together. And then not only one, how many, Renee?
So many. Well, I'm coming there in September, and we're going to be doing goddess photography. So we're excited
Oh.
about.
Those
In
are
Chicago?
really hot. Those are very
Yes.
good.
Chicago is getting ready.
Yeah. Awesome.
Fantastic. That's one of the things that is so significant about this convergence community. People wind their way in, wind their way out, find the soulmates that they didn't know were walking on the planet at the same time, and end up collaborating and supporting one another, learning from one another. We're all teachers. We're all students. I just put Beata's is the best way to get a hold of you with your, at this point, before your website is complete, your Gmail address. Is that the best way
Yes.
for folks to
Yes,
contact
or
you?
Facebook.
Okay, so anybody that's alighting near Chicago at any time, be sure and keep that email address because you're going to want to go and spend some time together. Wow, this has been a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having.
Yeah, Renee, thank you for, and this is how people end up on a Thursday night being a conversationalist here, is as we connect ourselves with others, simply inviting them to bring their gift to the shift in humanity to this community. The community gets to know more about you, and you get to know more about this ever-evolving community and see what role you've got in it, whatever that might be. Next week, we're going to have Reverend Dr. Joni Carley, who Noelle and I met in 2020 on a peace mission to the Holy Land with 100 of other of our now dearest friends in the world. And Reverend Joni's topic is Mojo, Metaphysics, and Consciousness. You got that? Mojo, metaphysics, and consciousness. She is, we're going to dive into metaphysical factors and like the primal role that consciousness plays in all the outcomes in our lives, most of the time overlooked by us or just perfectly ignored by us. And you shared so much of your journey this evening, Beata, that is just that. You clearly are not ignoring what's presented to you, the emotions, whatever they might be, and spending time with them to know how you then take further steps forward. So it's going to be a delightful time next Thursday night as our conversationalist, Reverend Carly, is with us. So thank you all for this delightful, delightful evening. I felt like I was journeying along with it. And thank you for sharing your life's adventure with us. All this awakening when you turned 46 and opened the refrigerator door.
Yep.
So that was, so when you were 46, so that was like 2 years ago. And that's
She looks like it, huh?
yeah, that's what you get when you're
She's
walking your purpose, isn't it?
started youthing backwards.
That's exactly what happens. Thank you all so much for being a part of this evening. Please come and join us any Thursday evening. All the recordings from all these Thursday nights going back many, many years are on the co-creatorsconvergence.com website and under the archives tab. And we're blessed to have you as a part of our evening. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes.
May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail on earth.
And throughout the universe.
And throughout the universe. Good night, everyone.
Love you.
Hey.
Love you. Good night,
Much love.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Renee, Beata, everyone.